Hello everybody and welcome to your online business studies classes. Well, before I formally start with the chapter, I would like to brief you about the business studies portion. Your book is being divided into two parts, part A and part B. So part A consists of 8 chapters with 8 chapters, and those 8 chapters consist of total 50 marks. Whereas part B consists of total 4 chapters, and in marks, when we talk about those 4 chapters contribute to 30 marks. Hence the total becomes 80 marks, and the rest 20 marks is been allotted for your viva and project work. So we'll be starting the chapter 1. So this is the chapter 1, nature and significance of management. So in this chapter, we'll be studying management concept, objectives and importance, then management as science, art and profession. Then we'll see levels of management, then management functions, and at last we'll be looking on coordination, right? So in coordination, we'll be studying concept and importance of coordination. So this is the chapter 1, nature and significance of management. In this chapter, we'll be studying management concept, objectives and importance. Then we'll be looking on management as science, as an art and a profession. And then we'll compare between these three. Then we'll look upon levels of management, then management functions, and at last we'll be seeing coordination. So in coordination, we'll be looking on the concept and importance of coordination. Okay, let's understand the term management now. So, when we talk about management, management is applicable everywhere. Whether we see big organizations or a small organizations, whether we see the service industry or a manufacturing industry, yes or no? Whether we see, um, whether we see private companies or public companies, yes or no? So management is being applied everywhere. And who used to manage the things? Managers. And managers are situated at top level, middle level, and lower level, right? And what these managers do? They manage the entire organization. Yes or no? So let's take an example. You heard about Ratan Tata? Yes or no? Ratan Tata, how well he has organized his industry. Yes or no? So let's take the other example. You all have heard about Indra Nooyi, the CEO of PepsiCo, right? So we all know PepsiCo, and why we all know PepsiCo? Because it has been quality approved, yes or no? So everything when it been well managed by the people and they become the real examples, right? Now let's take other example. Our principal who used to manage our school, yes or no? So all these things becomes the management. Now come to the concept of management. When we talk about the concept of management is being divided into two parts: the traditional concept and the modern concept. But we'll be talking about modern concept over here as per your C.B.S.E syllabus. Management is the process of getting things done with the aim of achieving goals effectively and efficiently. Now, we have seen in the modern concept that they have been focused on three things, right? Or the three terms. The first one is process, the other one is effectively, and the last one is efficiently. So, we'll be talking on process. So, what do you understand by term process over here? When we talk about process, process means it is a series or a sequence of steps required, right? So, management as a process, it means because it is being performed by series of management function. Focus here when we talk about series or a sequence of functions, right? So, what are the functions over here? The first one is planning, the other one is organizing, The third one is staffing. The fourth one is directing. And the last one is controlling. Now, one by one, we'll understand these functions. The first one, planning. Planning means deciding in advance what to do, how to do, and who is going to do it. Yes or no? So when we plan for future, that is known as planning, or you are planning in advance, right? So hence it becomes the planning. Now the other one is organizing. Organizing means identifying and grouping various activities, right? And bringing together the physical, financial and human resources. Yes or no? So in organizing, what we were doing is we were grouping the things, right? We have planned, now we have to organize the things. Here it means we have to arrange the things. What all things mean we are arranging? We are arranging the human resources, we are arranging the physical resources, we are arranging the financial resources, right? The third point comes here is staffing. What is staffing means? Staffing is introducing a lifeblood into an organization, right? What does that mean? It means you are planning about manpower, right? You are planning about the manpower, how, who is going to do the work, right? So staffing means introducing a lifeblood into an organization. Now the fourth one is directing. What is directing? Directing is also known as instructing. It is a part of directing, though, like it is concerned with guiding, inspiring, instructing, and motivating the employees to do the work on time. Yes or no? So, who used to do this? These managers, right? So, they used to get the things done with those employees, and this is the main task of the managers over here, to instruct, to guide, to motivate the employees. The last function is controlling. So, though it is the last function, but it bring back the management cycle to the planning. How? See, what we do is we compare actual performance with the planned performance, right? So when we used to compare it with the planned performance, it becomes the controlling. Let's take an example of controlling itself. We are a manufacturing industry, right? And we have planned to produce some 120 units, but somehow when we see the output, it was somewhere around 80 units. Now the 40 units were not achieved. The 40 units which were not achieved is known as deviation. So again, what this manager is going to do is he is going to again follow the process. He'll see whether we have planned so high, whether the things are not organized, whether the people those who were there have not done the work properly. Yes or no? So in this proper way, again this process or a cycle will flow. Do you understand now? Yes, now we'll see what is effectiveness and what is efficiency. So when we talk about effectiveness, it means you are completing the task on time or achieving the goal within the prescribed time limit. And whereas when we talk about efficiency, it is concerned with doing the task correctly and with minimum cost, so that the least wastage and the maximum utilization of resources can be done. Did you understand? Did you understood the concept now? So when we talk about effectiveness and efficiency, they both go hand in hand. Any organization, those who want to survive in a long run, without effectiveness and without efficiency, they won't be able to cope up. So let's take an example. A production manager has to produce somewhere around 8,000 units in a month. So what he does is, to achieve the target, the production manager works in a double shift and employs more workers and is able to complete the target, but the cost have increased. See the last line which I told you, the costs have increased. That means the manager is effective but not efficient. Whereas when we see the same production units in another case with the same target, the production manager does everything to reduce the cost, but he is unable to complete the target by the end of the month. Thus, efficiency is achieved but not effectiveness. Did you hear that? So, effectiveness means completing the task on time, and whereas efficiency means you are doing the task within a with minimum cost, or you are with the least wastage of resources. Getting it? So when we compare effectiveness and efficiency on the basis of meaning, it refers to completing the task on time, no matter whatever the cost is. And efficiency, when we see, it refers to completing the task with minimum cost and optimum utilization of resources in cost effective manner. Getting it? When we see the objective, to achieve the end result, object of effectiveness, and efficiency objective is to conduct cost benefit analysis, right? And when we see the main consideration of effectiveness, doing the right task, whereas when we see the main consideration of efficiency, doing the task in a right way. So for today, this slide was a last, and tomorrow again we'll come up with the further or in further new topics. Okay, so for now, take care and be safe.